Question 23 looks at this following table. We're asked to identify one advantage of each type of resistance training shown in the table below. It's worth 3 marks. So isotonic, isometric, isokinetic. You need to give an advantage of each. So we can go on. What we can notice is that it would come from, we're looking at types of training and training methods, and some strength training is the aspect there that we're looking at. We have a look at our sample answers. Again, we need to come up with an advantage of it. So for isotonic, we know that in isotonic training there is a increased muscle in the full length of the muscle as it must go through the range of motion for isotonic resistance training. For isometric training allows the muscle to deal with the stresses within the muscle as it trains the tolerance of stress in muscles. So it talks about the actual stress itself of a muscle. And the final one being isokinetic. This allows for the agonist and the antagonist muscles to strengthen. So because there's force through the whole range of motion. So that was some of the things there. It was only worth 3 marks. Students really didn't handle this question very well. They didn't achieve too well on the marks for this question. I reckon maybe 1 was the average for this. A lot of boys left it out, which is a bit disappointing. Some other things you could have put down for isotonic. You could have said that it develops overload easily, principle of overload, progressive overload. It moves through the entire range of motion, which we've spoke about. It can mimic competition demands more easily. Can manipulate the sets, like supersetting pyramids. Some of those things we've also covered in class. Isotonic, isometric, you could say that it's cheap, it's good for some variety, rehabilitation, and limited injuries. And again, it can also simulate, competition-like actions, such as a downhill skier in that position there. Isokinetic is maximal tension throughout the entire range of motion. So through all phases of the lift, there is tension. Maximal muscle fatigue leads to greatest overload. There's a constant speed. And isolates the muscles a lot easier. So they're the things that you need to really concentrate on for that answer there.